Hello my friends, it's Sheree. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel Turquoise Dreaming. I'm so glad you're here. I'm going to do a flip through of the Peter Rabbit Easter Spring Garden Journal. That's a mouthful, right? Today. So got a little goodie pack here, and so let me just show you the outside real quick. Here's what the front looks like. Peter Rabbit in all his glory. We've got some pretty seam binding, vintage seam binding here that I recently picked up and showed you in a Thrifty Thursday probably by now. And it, when I was thinking about the closure for this, I remembered that I had brought this home and held it up to this, and it really goes well with this light blue sky here on this cover. And I said when I decided to make a journal out of this, I just love this cover. It just looks like a drawing, and Peter Rabbit is so cute. And so this was a 1970s book, 1978 I think on this one. And so here's the back. We covered up with barcode with a little applique flower, sunflower there. The seam binding, and I added on to the tie closure here a little. I had picked these little wood pieces. They're like little charms. And they even had a little bead on it. I thought they were so cute. I picked those up when Dollar Tree first put their Easter stuff out a month ago or so. They put it out like sometime in, middle of January or something. But I just thought those little wood pieces were so cute, all ready to use, even with a little bead. So I put one right there. A little carrot mobile. The bunnies are driving a little carrot car there. And then you saw the video, or maybe you didn't see the video, but I did do a video where I made these beaded tassels. So we've got beads and buttons and some charms. And the charms I showed you also in a recent, in the last couple of months or less, Thrifty Thursday. So if you haven't seen my Thrifty Thursdays, go back and you can watch them. Usually on, they're not every Thursday, but if I have anything to show you, I'll show it to you on a Thursday. Here's a little, he looks like a little stuffed teddy bear there. It looks like fabric. So cute. That's a charm. And a little girl here, little girl charm. There's some beads on here, like there's a butterfly bead here and a little bunny bead. That was given to me in Happy Mail. Little star, and then some pretty beads, and all the buttons on here are vintage buttons, and I think they're pretty cool. If you look at them, if you get this journal, you can look at them closely and see what you think as far as their age. I mean, very cool. And there's a green one there, green one up here. I tried to pick out the green ones first, and I think I kind of used up the green ones, and then I went for the others. But there's some interesting buttons on there. So let's open it up without delay. There's eyelets here in the front and back to, hold the tie closure on. And I use Eastery paper and, try to do Eastery, but I added some garden things and some, spring looking things. So we kind of worked on when I first started this journal, the cover together where we made these pockets, and they're made out of Easter paper. They have Easter eggs on them. And then the little library card was in the cut aparts in one of the papers, scrapbook papers I use. There's no digitals in here. Everything's original. So I thought this was so cute. And I was so happy when I found it in the cut aparts. I was like, oh my goodness, it's so perfect to put that in that little pocket. And I found in my Easter stuff, my Easter stash that I showed you, I took everything out of the little cellophane or the big cellophane bag. And what was left was this little butterfly. And it's a fabric butterfly that I had cut out of some fabric. I don't know, I even remember what it was. But it was in there in that Easter stash. And so there it is right there. I used some of this pretty fabric and lace trim in this journal, and the fabric, you probably couldn't see it from the side when it was closed with the tie there. It was kind of fluffy and hiding the lace, but it does peek out the side here a bit, so over the pages. So I just love that yellow fabric. It's so pretty. And then here's some of the Easter scrapbook paper. And it's double-sided. here's that lace. You can see it on this side too. So on here I have a some of these Easter cards were sent to me in Happy Mail. So this is an Easter postcard. It says Easter greeting down here and Easter greeting, and it's never been used, so that's held on by a paper clip, and all my paper clips in here are decorated. This is the little card. I used a bunny card in each journal. The other journal will be flipped through tomorrow, but when you see this video, this one will be in my shop. The other one is spoken for. So as of the time I'm doing this video, this one is available. So anyway, this card had this little shaped piece on the front, and so I was able to put it in here like this. And so you can kind of glue this down here. If you wanted to make this a shaped pocket, you could glue it down, or just have it as a little piece that you can write on the back. Some pretty yellow paper. And then on here, I put an extra little page from a gardening book / journal that I took apart and have been using. And I used some of this in the garden journals too that I just made. And it's a little paper with lines on it. I hinged it on. And it's strong, thick paper, so be careful you don't like rip this page. This is copyweight paper. But yeah, I put it on here as a little kind of Franken page or flip out. I thought that would be fun to have that extra room in here and to have that extra little gardening paper type paper in here. So this is the original title page, and so cute. And here is the copyright back here, this is the 1971. Okay. I couldn't remember. I thought this was the 1970. I think the other one's 1978, and this one's 1970. But it was in really good shape, pages and book and everything. So here's some, kids writing paper. All the pages from the book are in here. This is ledger paper. And I have a little tab on here. This was a sticker. Yeah, we talked about this in one of the videos where I made stickers into tabs. I just put a file folder on the back, glued file folder on the back, and put them in here as tabs. Here's a little drilling card that was a cut apart in one of the scrapbook paper packs I used. I used a scrapbook paper pad that had a lot of paper in it, and then I used a collection kit from scrapbook paper from Echo Park. So I used two different paper sets in here, pretty papers. And then here's a blue doily, just for fun. And this is a scrapbook, this is the center, pretty scrapbook paper, had this bunny on it. And here I put a little kind of flower, kind of like an applique flower with a little button. We may have done it together, I'm not sure. I might have done, I think I did that off video because I remember putting the thread in there. This is baker's twine in the button, and yeah, I did that off video. Here's another cut apart drilling card, carnation. They look like seed packets, so I thought those were really cute. This one looks, oh, that one has a bunny on it, that's right. But some of them look like seed packets. And there's my center, so pretty, and I used yellow thread to bind. Oh, I guess I didn't really point it out, but you probably saw that these have their original golden spine, so I just folded it in like that to be able to keep it. I love the sound of the beaded tassels, by the way. I didn't say that either. And then this pretty yellow thread I used to bind it. So on this side, I made another kind of Franken page flip out. So this flips out. And then right here, I used some pretty ribbon. It doesn't hold it together. I glued the pages together before, and then I just thought that added a nice touch, and it was pretty, so I just added that as a pretty touch. Here's the other side of that doily, page from the book. Let me just tuck that down in. And here, so this is an envelope flip out on this ledger paper. So this is an envelope, and here I put this was a little cut apart from the scrapbook paper. It says Easter greetings, and in here, this was also a cut apart. It kind of looks like a vintage postcard, but it was one of the cut-aparts in the scrapbook paper. And then here's the envelope that flips out, and in here is where I have those I talked about in one of my videos where one of the books had the sale kind of order form, and it was 2 pages, so I put the other page, it was 2 parts, and I put that in the other journal, and this one was 1 page. I didn't want to cut it up or anything, so I put this one in here, and it's super cute. Oh, you know, nice vintage piece of ephemera. And I also tried to explain, but it's hard to explain if you don't see it, that I had found little booklets, and I actually thought I had more, and I only had 2 left. So one is in this journal and one is in the other journal. But I got these at an antique store, and they were in a glass case at this antique store I used to go to all the time. I don't go to it anymore because it closed now, but it was here in my town, and I thought these were so cute. There's a little staple here, and I don't know where they came from originally, or you know how they came about, but see, I don't really think they're copies. I think they're originals. I don't think anybody like copied and made these. I think they're original little booklets. Learn how we make Esmond blankets. Their little advertisement in the back. And let's see if they have a date. Copyright 1933. And I mentioned in the video, copyright 1933, I think that is. The Esmond Mills, Esmond, Rhode Island, 45th edition, 1935 revised. So yeah, this is some kind of little booklet, and I said in that video, and I was trying to tell you about them, I said I'm going to include a special little booklet, and I thought I had like 3 more, but I only had 2. And then there's a little story in here about a bunny. Bunny went skipping through the snow. Little fox after him there, and I didn't read the story, so... But it looks pretty cute. And so you can read the story, see if you want to share it with your children or grandchildren. I'm not sure. You know, things were different back then in 1935, so I'm not sure if there's any kind of politically incorrect anything in here, but I'm sure it can't be any more, you know, dangerous than Bambi and Snow White. So you know how what happens in those stories, and even a Little Red Riding Hood. So yeah, all those stories have things happening, dangerous kind of. I'm gonna just say we use the word dangerous things that happen. Bunny played all day in the snow. So I won't go this slow through the second one in the other book, because you will hopefully have seen this one when I do the other flip through. But I thought these were really cool little books. And so, yeah, that is in there also because I put the really super vintage things, the most vintage things in this envelope to keep them together and keep them safe. So, and then that, like I said, is on ledger paper, and then on the back of that ledger paper I used a scrap here to make a pocket, and in there is a cut apart that I kept together. So if you wanted to make a little booklet out of this, you could, or you can cut them apart and do whatever you want. But there are 2 cards there, and you can see they're double-sided too. So yeah, those are fun little cut aparts there, or actually they're like 4x6 each. Each one is 4x6. Pages from the book. That back, so this is the back half of that first signature. I'll just kind of flip through here. This is the card, you know, the shaped side is on the other side, and this is the second half of that card. Really cute card. Here is the last page of this signature. It's double-sided cardstock with some of that pretty yellow fabric trim and lace, you know. And here I've had these for a while, and I think I know I have used them in a journal before, but not for years. And so I got some out and used them in this journal. And there are 2 little pockets that had, you stick them down. They're like sticky stuff on the back. They're like stickers. Anyway, they're 2 little kind of miniature plastic pockets here. So you've got plenty of room to put something up here, a picture, whatever you want to do. And in these little pockets, I put some little things. So here's a little, these were little cut aparts. This was a little cut apart in the scrapbook paper, and that I inked and, you know, added baker's twine. This is a little scrap that I turned into a tag, and this is a little cut apart. So there's 2 chicks on here that you can craft, you know, have some crafty fun with. You can cut them apart. You can fussy cut them, whatever you want to do. But that is all in the first little pocket. And then I just thought these would be fun, these little pockets. And then they were for me. I hope they are for whoever gets this journal. Here's a little scrap that I thought looked like a label. It's actually half of a vase. But when I saw it, I was like, oh, that looks like a label. Like I would want to, if it was my journal, I'd want to put it down somewhere. Not here, but just for instance, put it down maybe around the corners, or, you know, cut little angles and then treat it like a label. Write a date or something there. So that's what I see. But you can do, so, you know, whoever gets it can do whatever they want. This was a cute little cut apart. This little girl with her little bunny. So cute. And then this is 2 more little pieces that you can cut apart or do whatever. You can even make a little booklet with this, little teeny tiny booklet. But it says Easter there, has a little sheep on the back. So that is also in there. So on to the second signature. Pretty bunny paper here. And on this side, under this paper clip, I have a, this is a recipe card. And I thought this little chicken, I think it's a cake, chicken cake. Is it a cake? It's a little chicken cake. Betty Crocker recipe card, vintage. It says, tell me a story. Isn't it cute? It's, yeah, chicken little cake. It's a chicken little cake. So adorable. I could see someone making that for Easter. I just thought it was so cute. So that is in there. And then this little cut apart here. Looks like a, what is that, hydrangea, maybe? Okay, so this was the bunny stationery I showed you. There's the page there. And we put these 2 little yo-yos in here together. Here's that second tab I mentioned. One's in the first signature. One's in here. Graph paper. Page from the book. This is copy weight. Kind of. I like to use colored papers in colorful journals, so I have different colors. This one was blue and the first one had the yellow in it. I thought that was good colors for this journal and for Easter. So here's a paper bag in this signature. And I put a little decoration here. It's a sticker from the scrapbook paper. And in here I have, let's see if I got everything. Yeah, a tag. And this is the one on, I don't think we did it together, but I showed it to you. I showed you the pieces before I put them together. And then I showed you after I did put them together off video, Beatrix Potter little pieces that I added to my book page tags and added this green paper on the back and sewed around it. So you got a nice book page tag there. And this was a tag made from the paper and backed with pretty scrapbook paper from the scrapbook paper. That piece that's on the front that shows you all the samples of the paper. I used that to make tags. So, and then here is an envelope, and this is on, this is another piece of stationery from another stationery set that I recently showed you. You know, the orange and the red set I had showed you in a Thrifty Thursday. And so this is, you know, stationery. Here's the other part of it, but this envelope was in the stationery, so I glued the flap down here. So you still have writing room here, and you can do whatever you want here. And this is also a flip out. And I put a couple little decorations. There's a carrot and a little sheep. And then in here is another piece of this stationery. There's another piece in here. I'm not going to take it out right now, but there it is right there. So you can have an extra piece of stationery to do what you want there. This is a pocket we put on together in a video. We backed it with file folder and made it nice and sturdy, and it was kind of, you know, shaped and fussy cut here with this cute little picture. And then in here is another one of the tags made from that paper. That was the cover of the scrapbook paper, kind of paper. And yeah, pretty tag. And this is really pretty lace on here too. Gorgeous lace. And that's in there. And then this little journaling card that I made out of, sewed some fabric on here. And there's a little sticker. I was trying to use up all the stickers, and I did, from that Echo Park scrapbook paper. And it's made on a index card, so you have lines to write on there, and room to do something on this side too. It's the center with this pretty Eastery paper. And then on this side, some more kind of fold out Franken paper. on this signature too, just like the first signature. Added some paper on there and some pretty ribbon. And then this is where we put our coin envelopes that we did on video together. We decorated, we stamped on these envelopes, and then we put a little tag. This is a little sale tag. They all have little baker's twine on it. This is 2 sale tags in that one, and a little game card in this one that is made into a tag. So just a fun little spot there. And then we're on the back half of the second signature. Here's that stationery, the paper bag on this side. This side I didn't decorate the paper bag, so you got plenty of room to have some decorating fun there. Another journaling card made from an index card. Those are so cute. I used up a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stickers on this one. See that? I kind of just made a little cluster of stickers there with all those little stickers that was on that in that scrapbook paper. And this I had in my stash from last year, this little booklet made from, this is cardstock. This was a sticker that I think I put that one on there last year. And then it has some little papers in here, blue and yellow. So little booklets in there. And paper from the book. I mean, a page from the book. Here's another little flip out here with some of this paper, garden paper, and book page from the book, craft paper, the stationery, and then this is the last pocket we did together, or side tuck, where we made a pocket out of the scrapbook paper, and you know, with the carrots and everything, carrot trim. If you didn't see that video, there's a video where we did this together. And this is index card, a 4x6 with a little sticker there that you can decorate further and write on, or whatever you want to do. A tag or a journal card made from the other cover of the other scrapbook paper, using those covers and not just throwing those out. You know, we like to recycle and repurpose. And this is a little cut apart tag from the scrapbook paper. And then the last pocket here that we made this library pocket together. And here is another tag from the cover of the scrapbook paper, and a little index card that we decorated with a, I think this was a cut apart on this side. So cute, little carrot mobile there. Oh, that's just like the, look, it matches, I didn't realize. It matches like the little carrot mobile. That was just a coincidence, but I just realized. It's got a carrot mobile journaling card and a little carrot mobile charm there on the front. Maybe my subconscious did that. I don't think, no, it was just a coincidence. But okay, let's see what's in the goodie pack. I'll tie that up in a minute, but just wanted to let you hear the beads. I love that, the little clinkety clank of the beads. Okay, so here I used an envelope from that stationery, the little bunny stationery set that I told you about. So you get that envelope. And then there's I have some seed packets that they're empty. And I bought them at an estate sale. I actually bought these at an estate sale. So I don't know how old these are, but they've been around for a while. There's no kind of date on here. But anyway, you can use that and make a pocket in the journal. And then I said in one of the videos I was going to put one of each of these little sets to craft with. You can make a bunny and a chick little set. You just glue these pieces together. You don't need instructions. It's very self-explanatory. There's a little bunny tail, a little bow tie, and I can't see the other piece, but when you open this, you'll be able to see. And like the same with this, there's a little bow tie and some other little parts you can put together and make a little chick. And then I said I was going to put some of my flowers in here, and I worked on these during making this journal, and used up some stickers from the scrapbook paper in the middle of these little flowers. So I put some in here for you to decorate with. And this is the seam binding. I used this blue, pretty blue seam binding, and this is the wrapper from the package. So I thought you might enjoy. And this one's two-sided. They're not all two-sided. So, if you don't want to cover that up, you could you don't want to cover this side up, like and put like cardstock or file folder on it and make it into a drawing card. You could laminate it if you have a laminator or know someone that has a laminator. You could laminate it and make it into like a bookmark or something. Just thoughts that I have about what I might do with it, because I have some that I've saved that I want to do that with when I ever, you know, make that a priority and actually do it. So here's a nice envelope I put in here. It's a nice little craft colored envelope that you can craft with. And then in here, okay, I put some pieces that you can have some crafty fun with too. I think I put 2 pieces of fabric. And here's a little piece of a doily, so you can make a little cluster or something, or some tabs or whatever you want. And then I actually put some whale tail tabs in here too. And I tried to pick out some that, I made these out of scraps from, you know, the scraps from the journal. So, of course, they matched the journal, right? So, fun, crafty fun. And then this is a blank tag. You know, I showed you these a while ago that I had made from a folder that I got from work that was somebody dropped by, a solicitor person, and then the attorney would have thrown them away, and I salvaged them and made tags out of them. So now I have these blank tabs, and I added the little reinforcement. And this is a Rolodex card, and it's a divider. You know, has the MCMN on there. But yeah, I have some Rolodex cards and the little divider Rolodex dividers too. So I put one in there. Oh, and I put a couple of scraps from the scrapbook paper in here. Some pretty Eastery scraps. So that is what's in the goodie pack. Hope you enjoy those things and have lots of crafty fun with those. And like I said, this will be in my journal. In my shop, my eBay shop. If it's still available by the time you see this video. The link is always below. My eBay shop video link is always below. And if you don't see this journal, if you're looking for a journal, check out the other journals I may have available in my shop. I do try to keep some in there and try to get ahead of the game a little bit. I don't mind having some in there because, you know, sometimes someone might not need a journal right now, and these might be sold, but then someone might come along later and say, you know, because I always, I don't know, I like to have some available for whenever somebody might need a journal, and you could just go check it out and see what's available. And so, yeah, it's nice to keep a few in there, right, for when people need them. I know a lot of them were bought up around gift-giving time, too, and Christmas and, you know, gift-giving seasons. So thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the making of these journals. I had a lot of fun with them. I love bunnies. That's one of my favorite things. So these were a lot of fun to make. And I'm looking forward to, well, you'll see in my next video next week. I'll show you my next project. Stay tuned for that because I think you're going to love it. I'll see you then. Have a great day.